across to our managing editor, Zaka. Jacob, he'll be in conversation with the Union Parliamentary Affairs Minister, Kiren Rijiju. Over to you.
It is the monsoon season here in Delhi, and keeping with the weather, the parliamentary session, the monsoon session, has been a bit of a washout, whichever way you look at it. PRS legislative research suggests that only 15% productivity was there in the Lok Sabha. What went wrong, and who is to blame for this, more importantly? I'm now joined by a very special guest on Times Now, the Union Parliamentary Affairs Minister, Mr. Kiren Rijiju. Thank you very much, sir, for speaking with us on Times Now. So PRS says that 15% productivity in Lok Sabha and 33% productivity in the Rajya Sabha. Either way, these are very disappointing numbers. You're the Parliamentary Affairs Minister. What went wrong? Why couldn't you get a more productive session going?
See, there is a contract between opposition parties and the ruling parties to come together and let the parliament function. It is an understanding, which everybody knows that parliament belongs to all. If parliament is washed out, it is a loss for the nation. In terms of business, I am very happy that at least government could transact all its important bills. So from the business point of view, we have passed 12 bills, both in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and some important matters like tabling of the papers, resolutions and all. It took place. So business-wise, it's okay. But what is important is, in parliamentary democracy, debate and discussion is the essence of the parliament session. So even though as a government I'm satisfied for passing the bills, but I'm extremely unhappy because those bills did not get the opportunity to be scrutinized in details by the members of the parliament. And the entire opposition party did not take part, especially in Lok Sabha. They did not take part in any of the bills except the public examination prevention of unfair means bill. And in Rajya Sabha, some opposition parties did take part in the discussion and they contributed a good amount. So overall, I would say that the opposition party failed in their duty as a member of parliament, and it is a great wastage of time. So I feel that opposition parties should do a soul searching because of the conduct in which they have involved and indulged. They have diminished their own position. And another point I want to make is, by raising slogans and creating ruckus, nobody gains, especially opposition party. They are completely in the falsehood. They think that they can get some kind of public attention by creating ruckus. But if you see the history, those who are involved in too much of shouting slogans and showing of placards and all, they pay a very heavy price in the elections. People don't subscribe to these tactics.
But sir, tell me, the onus of running parliament is on the government.
Yes.
The government has to ensure that parliament functions smoothly, and whatever the opposition's demands are, the government should try and meet them halfway. This session got washed out primarily on one singular demand of the opposition, which is that the Home Minister should come to the House and make a statement on what happened on the 20th of July, the police atrocities, the police action against the students, so on and so forth. Why was that not forthcoming throughout the session?
Our position is very clear. The students' protest with regards to NEET exam paper leaks, government would definitely, open mind that we must get all opportunities to not only listen to the opposition party members, but we should be able to give detailed response to those queries. Mere laying a statement is just a formality. You can make a statement or lay a paper by describing the incident. That is not enough. We were in the favor of full-fledged discussion. Not only statement of the Home Minister, but we wanted the members to speak. And for that, we require a detailed discussion. And the opposition parties, they were not interested in hearing
They
the
were
Home
making
Minister.
this demand right from day one of the 20th of July, when the House convened. But this offer of discussion came only in the last few days before the House was to be adjourned.
But that we told them that we have to transact the business. Nowhere during the entire monsoon session we bulldozed the opposition parties. Every business of the House were informed in the Business Advisory Committee, and we allocated the time in the BAC, and subsequently the bills were listed. So there were not a single case where we hide anything from the opposition party, nothing.
Okay.
Everything was transparent, and we informed them in advance, allocated time, and then put those business in the Parliament. And then they were not showing any interest in taking part in the discussion. All the bills were very critical for national interest. At the same time, we also offered that once some of the bills are passed, we are ready to have a discussion on the students' protest. The opposition, maybe they realized that they were falling into the trap which was laid by themselves. Because during the student protest, it was absolutely peaceful. No force was used. There was no coercion whatsoever. The protest was absolutely peaceful. Except when some of the elements, they instigated the students, and many political workers, they were involved there, including some anti-social elements. And when they tried to march inside the Parliament, that was the only time when police protected the Parliament. So police had to prevent them from entering the Parliament House. So when they were not even listening despite repeated warning, so police had to use certain force to prevent their entry.
So isn't this something that should have been recorded on the floor of the House by the Home Minister?
Absolutely.
Because this ultimately comes under the purview of the Home Ministry.
No, but then they said, you know, you are privy to what happened. They were not interested in discussion. We were ready for everything. They said only Home Minister's statement and resignation. This is the only protest in Indian history with such a large scale people gathered and not a single person was killed, not a single protestant was seriously injured, nobody's bones were broken, nobody is hospitalized, except minor scuffles and minor injuries, which does happen.
No, sir, but there was lathi charge, there was tear gas, there were pellet guns that were used.
So you want to say that they should be allowed to enter the Parliament?
No, but it is also not accurate to say that it was violence-free. There was a lot of violence. We haven't seen this kind of violence, at least in Delhi.
You are looking from a very different perspective. If you see all the agitations, whether it's Telangana, state creation agitation, or so many other agitations, how many people were killed by the police bullets? Has any minister resigned that time? This is the only protest, not a single bullet was fired and not a single protester was killed. And despite you are saying that this is too much of violence, all other violence, all other agitations, you have seen it's all recorded. So you should appreciate the police force for so much of maintenance of restraint, which led to peaceful solution of the entire agitation.
No, but Rahul Gandhi, the leader of the opposition, says, and he said this in Parliament, he said this outside Parliament as well, either of two things could have happened. Either the Home Minister knew and gave these orders, therefore he's culpable.
What order?
The order to fire the pellet guns, the lathi charge, the violence against the students.
Are you aware of the pellet guns? If
Yes.
one pellet gun is fired, then it multiplies, those pellets multiplies.
Okay.
And it hits hundreds of people. There were thousands of people gathered. You have to apply a common sense here. In the hundreds and thousands of protesters gathering, if you fire bullet or pellet, how many people will be injured? It's a normal thing for any common man to understand that a pellet gun injures hundreds of people, multiply due to its nature. It's not a single bullet that you injure one person. So you have to, it is a very basic common sense.
So what about these 5 people who were admitted in hospital with pellet injuries? What about the people who Rahul Gandhi showed?
What is their injury?
saying that somebody's got it next to his eye, somebody's got it in his back.
Don't go by what Rahul Gandhi says through videography and all. Has any protester killed?
No.
Has anybody seriously injured? Has anybody got the skin permanently disfigured or bones broken? You have to appreciate, let us appreciate the administration for handling such a big protest in such a professional manner. Don't buy this narrative of Rahul Gandhi. You ask Rahul Gandhi to answer about all the police actions during Congress time, numerous, from 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, how many people were killed?
So the point is, why couldn't the Home Minister come to the House and make this statement that you're making in front of the camera?
That's what I'm saying. We were ready for the discussion, complete discussion. They want only one statement and resignation. Do you think that parliamentary democracy functions in this manner? If we are going to take up the matter, we would like to see that it is taken up properly with full-fledged discussion. You cannot make a very shallow kind of things out of a serious matter.
This you are saying was conveyed to the opposition right from day one when they were asking for a statement?
Absolutely. I told them, don't put condition.
Okay.
Government is always prepared to have full-fledged discussion, but don't make condition. First they said, Amidst should resign. Then they say, make a statement. When we say, okay, we are ready, they say, no, no statement, no nothing. Home Minister should resign. Is this the way parliamentary democracy functions?
No, in fact, he's saying that the Home Minister was scared. He was coming to Parliament every day, but he couldn't come inside the House and make a statement.
Don't go by this narrative of Rahul Gandhi ji. He is just trying to create some scene. Parliament doesn't function like this.
So I want to come back to this thing again. So you are saying, given historic events that we've seen in the past, the level of violence that we saw on the 20th of July, according to you, is much more restrained than what we have seen in the past.
Violence without anybody getting killed or seriously injured, what would you term that as?
No, but it was not violence-free. There was violence. There was a lot of violence.
That is what I'm saying. What is the level of violence? What would you say all those when the police had to fire and kill the protesters? How will you compare this protest with those protests? How the police used to handle during Congress time and how police handled in this protest? This is a basic thing for anybody here to see it.
So then why has the government given into the demands of the CJP saying FIRs will be withdrawn and all their demands that they've had? The government has agreed to it.
In any kind of agitation, if the agitation is genuine, the government will have to listen. So that is why Prime Minister has very categorically stated that the young generation, the so-called Gen Z, young generation, they are our future. They are our children. We will listen to them. We are here to set the things better for their future. But if some political parties are trying to drive political mileage out of students' agitation, then this is unfortunate. You have seen it. All the political parties tried to visit there and instigate. But the administration and the police force were extremely careful.
So as far as you are concerned, this problem is now resolved. The
Absolutely.
NEET has been retaken, people have passed, and the counselling process has started. The minister has resigned, the education
Matter
minister.
is over. It is exactly as I said earlier. Only problem is with Rahul Gandhi and some of the opposition leaders. They wanted to use the student protest to revive their political fortune. That is very unfortunate.
But the critics of the government are also saying that the government is disconnected with the youth, not just on the exam paper leak issue, whether it's a jobs issue, whether it's an aspirations issue. The government is not even able to understand the language in which Gen Z is speaking.
Don't put Gen Z into one special category. They are part of the society.
Of course.
They are not isolated group of people coming from outside. They are our children. And they are, from the day one, they wanted the examination system should be better. That we have done it. The NEET exam was reconducted successfully and everything is done. And they then wanted some stringent measures to prevent future paper leaks and all. For that, Prime Minister agreed. Task force was formed, and then the bill was brought, and the public examination, the prevention of unfair means bill was absolutely welcomed by everybody. The stringent measures being inserted in the entire bill, that is widely appreciated. So that is possible only when government listens to the students. If we had not listened to them, how was the exam conducted so fairly subsequently? Now, some professors, some students tied up and did something which is unethical, which is criminal. We had to take some measures, and we took it.
Okay.
And the education minister has also resigned. So I think if you see so many paper leaks happen in different states,
Yeah.
has any chief minister or education minister resigned? No. Has any corrective measures took place by such situation? No, nothing. It was forgotten. It is our government which addressed the issue, listened to the students, and then came out with better solution. That is called a sensitive government and a sensible government which understands the language of the youth.
No, even in Jharkhand, you have said that, why doesn't Rahul Gandhi go there? Why doesn't he speak about the Jharkhand
He will
protests?
not go there because that is his partner government, Congress, JMM coalition is there.
No, but he has said, even if a Congress government is ruling,
doesn't make any sense.
we will still ask for accountability. They still need to
What
deal
is
with...
the accountability he's talking about? Has Chief Minister of Jharkhand resigned? He's the Education Minister. So, where is the accountability? Rahul Gandhi cannot sit like this and discuss the matter in detail. That is why he is running away from the debate.
So, yesterday after the parliament got over, the LOP also made this very mocking gesture, mocking the Prime Minister's hugging diplomacy, hugging other world leaders. There was also a reference to the Italian Prime Minister, Giorgia Meloni. How do you and your party see this? Do you see this as sexist, misogynist, uncalled for?
See, I even didn't see the entire
Sequence,
footage because that was quite demeaning. So the act which Rahul Gandhi enacted along with Sandeep Dixit was despicable. It's beyond our comprehension that leader of opposition can stoop so low. Prime Minister is the face of the country. And you are mocking our Prime Minister with the head of the government of another country. Can you imagine the level of maturity Rahul Gandhi has attained? Beyond this, we have no words to describe his understanding of the, such act which can create so much of embarrassment for the country.
No, but this viral trend, melody and all that, even your people have been putting out, your IT and Twitter handles and all of that. So it's not just them.
We don't ridicule any head of the state or any head of the government. We don't do that. And there is some level of doing this thing. You have to maintain certain decorum. In democracy, we can definitely be critical of each other, but mocking and ridiculing the head of the government in this manner, it's absolutely condemnable. And I feel Rahul Gandhi ji has somehow understood that these are normal things to act and then become a leader of the young people. He thinks it's funny, but it's very in a bad taste. It's a crass.
You mentioned earlier, Mr. Minister, that about 12 bills were passed. The business of bills being passed was taken care of as far as you're concerned. One of the critical bills, though, which you wanted passed was the FCRA bill that you now referred to a joint parliamentary committee. What was problematic in that bill and why did you decide to refer it to
We could have
JPC?
passed the bill because there is no single provision in the bill which will affect any community. But since many people had apprehensions, so let it go to standing committee. They will further scrutinize it. I challenge on the floor of the House that if there is any provision in the FCRA which targets one single community, then I am ready to answer on the floor of the House. You can also pick up the FCRA copy. Is there any provision which targets single community or religious group?
No, it doesn't target a single a community or religious group, but Section 16A, which speaks of a designated authority appointed by the government,
So good, no,
having
you
the
should
powers to
appreciate
take over an entity,
No.
take over an asset,
You
existing or...
have to read the sections in totality. You can't just read out one line.
No, but this is the contentious part, the takeover of assets by the state.
If there is no ownership of any property, it will go to the state.
No, it's owned by whichever denomination.
No, it's not like that. You are totally misinterpreting it. It is like this. If you can't provide the documents,
Yes.
then you are given chance to prove it or provide it or supply it later. Even after long years of 10 years, you can still furnish the details. It is your property. When you are unable to furnish anything, it is not anybody can take over. It's authority. That authority will also hand it over back whenever they can furnish the details.
No, but a government...
How you can think that the country will, run without any rules, regulations, or any kind of guidelines?
Which is fine, but a government-appointed authority taking over private
Now,
property...
first of all, you tell me,
property.
if you have not done anything wrong, why would you worry? First of all, tell me. If you are following the rules, if you are channelizing everything as per the rules, why would you worry? It is only those who are playing foul will only worry. If you have committed crime, you will worry. If you have done nothing wrong, why would you even be bothered, tell me? It's very simple.
Okay.
Who has the problem? The person who commits a crime.
No, but
I can assure you that no genuine person or organization will have any kind of problem from this bill.
No, so then what was the objection of these Christian groups that came and met the Home Minister?
No,
there were multiple meetings. Even the Mizoram Chief Minister came and met the Home Minister.
Mizoram Chief Minister was absolutely satisfied once the explanation was given to him.
So the opposition is saying it's not the Christian groups, it's because of American pressure that the bill
First of all, you must understand why are you taking Christians' name. Total NGO, the foreign contribution, acceptance, all this you calculate, the Christians are less than 16%.
Yeah.
It's actually Hindus, the Buddhists, the Tibetan groups, they are surviving mainly on the foreign contribution. It is not, more than 80% is Hindus. Why they are trying to instigate the Christians? It's very unfortunate. Majority of the FCRA route, all the receiving of the money, everything, if you calculate, Christians are minuscule.
They're also saying it's under American pressure, that there was an American lawmaker who tweeted it. Then J.D. Vance spoke to the Prime Minister.
Don't buy these narratives. Don't fall into the trap of the opposition propaganda. We have come with an open mind, clean heart, and we will do everything as per the spirit of the Constitution in the interest of the country. Okay. India is not a banana republic that you can get funds and resources from anywhere and you can do whatever you want. There is to be some system in place.
The other important bill which you've been trying for a while to get passed is the Delimitation Bill. Last time you called for a special session, you didn't have the numbers, it didn't pass through. This time there was a lot of talk that there will be, passing of the Delimitation Bill. You have the numbers on your side, you have some former TMC members, you have some NCP, SP members on your side. There was even some talk that the DMK will support you when the delimitation is brought forth, but ultimately none of that happened.
We never announced that we are going to bring delimitation or women reservation amendment bill in this session. We never said it.
But you would have wanted to.
No. That is different thing. We did not announce
that
we are going to pass in this session.
Okay. But the reason it didn't come this session is because you don't have the numbers or because the timing was not right?
It is not about the numbers and about intention. It was not part of our agenda. It was not there in this session.
No. So do you have the numbers?
We have the numbers. Yeah.
You have the numbers. I mean, how is that different from what happened in April when you did not have the numbers?
That time we didn't have numbers.
Okay. So who are the new people who have said that they will
that I can't disclose everything.
So clearly something has changed between April and August. What has changed?
Better sense have prevailed in the minds of the members of Parliament.
Parties. So if I were to say that only Congress and certain specific Congress allied parties are opposed to it, would that be accurate? There are most of the opposition parties who are in the middle.
The Congress is just playing South India, North India divide game, which is dangerous. And Samajwadi Party have their own compulsion. They have to make some Muslim appeasement, basically. They were saying that why there's no reservation for minorities in the parliament. There is, you know very well, no reservation on the basis of religion. So Samajwadi is playing communal card, and Congress Party is playing North India, South India divide card, which is both not good for the country.
No, but other southern parties have also had that apprehension. For example, the DMK.
So DMK is very clear now that this assurance given by the government that no state is going to lose. It is every state which is likely to gain.
Okay.
No state will lose. That
So
Home Minister has stated
this formula of 50% increase.
Home Minister had very clearly stated in previous session also and later also that no state will be discriminated against while the delimitation and the women reservation things are
you are willing
applied.
to even include that in the text of the bill if you bring it, let's say, in the next session?
That Home Minister has assured it. I don't need to utter it again and again because those who are not ready to listen, it is not that they don't understand. They are not listening because they don't want to listen or they are playing politics.
Will you bring it in the next session? Because the deadline is 31st of December 2026.
Let's see how things work out.
And if you're not able to bring it or if you're not able to pass it, and if we go past 31st of December 2026, then what happens?
Now, that I have stated last time also that while passing the Nari Shakti Adhiniyam in 2023, it was part of the bill. The provision was there in the bill itself that it will be implemented on the basis of delimitation, which will be conducted as per the census after 2026.
Okay.
Now, because of the caste census and all these things are going on, it's taking time. So we wanted an amendment to go back to the latest census.
No,
that is
the freeze that was made in 2001, which lasts till 31st of December 2026, that will lapse?
No, we said the latest census. That means
Correct.
latest available census is 2011.
No, so if it lapses, then we have to go by the 2027 census, or 2026, 27
Naturally.
census. We won't be able to go back to the 2011 census.
Naturally, in future, whatever latest census comes up, that will be applicable.
My final question, I'm wrapping up the interview. Since you're a member of parliament from the state of Arunachal Pradesh, and there's a lot of chatter now between Congress and BJP around alleged claims that the Chinese PLA has taken over certain patrolling points in Arunachal. They're not allowing the Indian troops to patrol there, so on and so forth. Rahul Gandhi has raised that. Your party colleagues have hit back at that. What is the actual position on the ground?
See, I will take 2 minutes to explain because it is a sensitive issue and one must be very careful in making statement or commenting on this matter. Arunachal Pradesh was known as NEFA till 1972. When it was NEFA, it was administered by India. In 1951, Tawang was made part of India. Before 1951, Tawang was paying taxes to Lhasa, that means Tibet. So after 1951, the entire stretch of present Arunachal Pradesh became part of India. 1914 Simla Agreement, China did not sign it. That gave the imaginary McMahon line.
Yeah.
China continuously made the statement before 1962 that McMahon line is the border. Although China didn't sign it, but this is Indian territory, they accepted. They only insisted that India should not claim Aksai Chin. So India should not claim Aksai Chin and they will not claim Arunachal Pradesh. That was their demand. Then India did not agree to that. India continues to claim Aksai Chin because Aksai Chin is traditionally part of India. So since that agreement was not reached upon, slowly China started claiming Tawang and subsequently they started claiming all of Arunachal Pradesh. In the meantime, Government of India did not build any infrastructure along the border. Taxing area, where this present story is doing around, there is one valley called Asafila Range. In that range, in 1959, the Chinese troop entered. Chinese troop came inside and they killed some Assam Rifle Jawan and they took over Longju and that area, surrounding that area. It's a small town. And in 1962, they came little further and they occupied it. But India did not build any roads or infrastructure. They continued to build their infrastructure and they occupied those positions where they are now. A.K. Antony, who was the defense minister during Congress time, he admitted on the floor of the parliament that it is India's fault that India had a policy not to make good infrastructure or create better infrastructure like roads, bridges in the border area. So we lagged behind and Chinese started building all those structures. But when Narendra Modi ji became Prime Minister, we changed the policy and then India also started building the roads. So Taksin was connected by motorable road in 2019. And then India started building the structures. Now before India could build, Chinese had already built in many areas. Wherever Chinese have built the structures, that is occupied in 1959 and 1962. So there's no extra occupation of any Indian territory. Some of the villagers are concerned because those grazing areas where demarcation is not there, because the movement was quite free, because there was no border post or delineation of the border. So where they used to go, Chinese prevented in some areas. That is because we came late. Because our infrastructure started after Modi ji changed the policy of developing the border areas. Then Modi ji said all the border areas, border villages will be our priority. They are our first villages, not the last villages. Congress said they are the last villages. Modi ji said first villages. That is how now confrontation is happening. In many of the frontiers, the Chinese and Indian troops are engaging in some physical scuffles. That is because the Chinese have already reached there. The India is reaching now. Earlier, our patrolling and our defense and security movement was restricted because there were no facilities. So you have to understand that. Without knowing the details and all those sins committed by the previous Congress government, Rahul Gandhi is talking about China and Chinese aggression. Chinese aggression happened during Congress time. So we have to be very clear. Of course, we lost territory, but that was 1959 and 62. But subsequent grazing areas also Chinese came, they occupied. And the reason is we did not have roads, we did not have any infrastructure. How difficult situation our defense forces had to face to just maintain their presence there.
Okay. All right. Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiren Rijiju, thank you very much for joining us on Times Now, and I hope you have a more productive winter session than you had in the monsoon session.
Thank you. Thank you very much.